time to start?
It is.
Great, thank you. Hi everyone. My name is Lenora Zenzalai Helm, and I'm really excited to be here with you today. I am in my living room, and I'm here with one of my esteemed graduate students. Jay Atis is helping us today. Thank you so much, Jay.
No problem.
I want to thank Sonic Pie and Tess Mangum, Oshana? If I'm saying your last name wrong, Tess, please forgive me. Well, we're going to play some music. We only have an hour, so I'm going to get right to it. I hope that you enjoy it. Please forgive my COVID piano. I may need that light turned on because it's gotten a little more shady in here. So I think it's the second one to the next one. Let's see if that turns on all the lights. That just gives me that overhead light. That's good. Does it give us a weird look in the thingy? Good. Okay, so we're going to get started. I wrote a set list, but you know what? I'm going to probably change my mind. If you have questions, let us know. Like, put a little something in the chat for us, and we're going to just take it from here. Welcome to Durham from the Heart, from Lenora Zenzalai Helm's living room. So we're going to start with an Irving Berlin song. I like him. And I'm doing things that are on my records. And it's here. We're doing things that are on my albums. And this Cheek to Cheek was on, let's see. I think Cheek to Cheek was on Precipice. Yes. Yeah, Cheek to Cheek is on this one.
Patricia Murray says, with such a lovely setting, I hope you host more at-home concerts.
Thank you, Patricia.
Don't forget to set up your mic.
Oh, yeah. See? Thank you. That's why you're here, because this is all kind of a little nerve-wracking. I'm used to having lots of people. The last record had 40 people. So it's just me. That's like a whole new thing. Okay. We got the mic in place. I have my music in place. I have my spectacles on. And this is going to be Cheek to Cheek. reach the highest peak, but I don't enjoy it half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd like to go out fishing in a river or a stream, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Dance with me, I want my arms about you, the charms about you will carry me through to heaven. I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing. Oh, we're free romancing, out together dancing cheek to cheek. Okay, this is quite a different experience, singing and playing for myself. Usually I'm playing for myself, and no one can hear the mistakes. Well, myself to play that a little slower, but I forgot. So this is my butterfly cup. You'll see me use this a lot whenever I'm recording. It's my lucky cup, and that helps me kind of be distracted from the fact that people are listening or watching. Yeah, so how am I doing during this COVID? Everything that's going on. It's a little difficult. It's a lot difficult. It's challenging, and sometimes I use yoga, and I use Zumba classes that I have with my bestie Lana Garland. Does Zumba classes at 8 in the mornings on a few days a week. I read. I'm a bookworm. I have a lovely back porch that I sit on, and I do my work. I'm working on my dissertation edits, so yeah, that distracts me. But sometimes it's hard to concentrate, and the music helps me. I hope the music helps you. So this is going to be Thelonious Monk's Round Midnight. I did this on my very first record. I did it twice. I did it on a record called Master Plan that's not available right now, because that was the very, very first one done. And then I did it on my Spirit Child album. And do I have that here? Yeah. So it's on this record. And on it is featured Branford Marsalis, my college homie, and also one of the musicians he's an artist in residence, he and Joey Calderazzo at North Carolina Central University, where I teach. And I said, Branford, come do this record with me. So he did. So this is just going to be me, and I love this song.
Teresa Watson says, "You look so beautiful."
Oh, thank you, Teresa. And I look forward to having you on our campus pretty soon, Teresa. So Around Midnight is, this intro is written by, it's a trumpet cadenza by Dizzy Gillespie. And the words actually come from John Hendricks. So it's a Thelonious Monk's Round Midnight. A pale and lonely moon lights the sky in the dark before the dawn. I sit here in my room, how I sigh for the day that's come and gone. Another lonely day passes by, now a new day's coming on. At midnight, it begins to tell. Round midnight, round midnight, I do pretty well till after sundown. Supper time, I'm feeling sad, but it really that round midnight. Memories always start round midnight, round midnight. Haven't got the heart to stand those memories. When my love is still with you, no midnight knows it too. When some quarrel we've had needs mending, does it seem that our love is empty? Darling, I need you when lately I find you're out of my arms and I'm out of my mind, my mind. Let our love take wing round midnight, round midnight. Let the angels sing for your returning. Let our love be safe and sound when, oh, midnight comes around. Lego vedo vegondi, but when some quarrel we had needs mending, does it seem that our love is empty? Darling, I need you. Lately I find you're out of my arms and I'm out of my mind, out of my mind. Let our love take wing round midnight, some midnight. Let the angels sing your returning. Let our love be safe and sound when old midnight, when old midnight Hey, Harmonious Monk, you always make me wish I had started on piano first. You know, there's some instruments you hear them play, you hear folks play some, some musicians you hear play or sing, and you wish you had chosen another instrument. It's like, but yeah, oh, we got through that one. So, you can ask me questions. I'm happy to answer them. And you can let me know how you, what you're thinking about and what you would like to hear maybe. I don't know about that one. I might have to do like a real quick one through it, but I'm going to try.
I have a question.
Okay.
If you could give your younger musician advice, like your younger self, what would that piece of advice be, or 3 pieces of advice?
Ooh, if I could give my younger self advice. I don't know, J.O.T.'s. What can I say on camera? Number 1, I would tell myself to just practice all day, all night. Forget those boys. Forget anything but practicing. I don't have any regrets, but the time that I spent in my very first few years, once I determined that I decided on being a jazz musician when I was 15. And from the time that I was 15 until the time I got to school at Berklee College of Music, I did not know how much I didn't know. And my friends, my peers that I was in a band with, we would work on music and they would play jazz records, and but we didn't have the means to have music lessons. So, and I wasn't in music in my high school. So when I got to my first year at Berklee, I had to do a lot of catching up to my peers. And so I would tell my younger self, when I was 15, to study like the Dickens, like learn piano, learn your ear training. But then I did really work hard. Other than that, it would just be to focus. Just to focus on getting as much as you can. There's so much to learn. You can't really play and sing this music if you don't do a lot of listening. So I would have listened a lot more. And I would have worked on piano a little more. Not a little more, a lot more. Thanks to Bill Higgins, I looked at his test on the placement exam for classes. I looked at his test, but that didn't do me any good, because when I got in those classes and I wasn't in the right place in my classes, then I used to just cry all night, just working through that music. But music is a labor of love, and jazz is African-American music. This is the music of America. And it requires you to give yourself over to it and surrender. And then it gives you back something beautiful. So what am I going to do now?
Oh, Tess asked, can we see your hands? Sorry.
Can we see my hands? We'll have to move the camera to do that.
And then Teresa asked, what is your process of writing your own charts?
When I write my own charts, Teresa, that's a Teresa question. That's a good question. When I write my own charts, we'll work on that test. Maybe we'll get to move the camera around a little bit on something, and then we can see my hands, but we'll have to do that. While we do that, I might have to talk, and it might be a little scrappy while we do that, but we'll do that in a second. Yeah? Can we figure out how to do that?
Yeah.
While I answer Teresa's question?
Yes.
Okay. So Teresa, to do your own charts, you first pick your song that you like, and you find your key. You find your best key by playing around with now you can hear me, but you might not be able to see me. And they might see the sloppy music all over the couch there. It's fine, I'll go move it. So you'll have to look at your thingy to tell me. Can you see my hands now? So back to Teresa's question. You find your song and you find your best key. You listen to the melody, you play the melody at the piano, and you find out your highest and lowest note in the melody, and you choose the place that you can sing where it's going to be the most advantageous for you to really sing your best. You don't want to sing it at your highest. Then Jay, would you do me a favor?
Yes.
And just move those sloppy papers and just put them on the floor over here. Can they see my hands now, you think?
It's the lay.
Oh, okay. And so, Teresa, what you want to do after you find your best key, and you don't want to have it too high. Some people sing who, like, or they're soprano, or they come from other styles of music where they're used to using their high part of their voice. You don't want to do that in jazz, really, because you want to be able to get to the meat of the music and use your voice, all the colors in your voice. But if you start too high, you can't do that. So it's best to find the key. Just because you can sing it in a higher key, that doesn't mean you should. And so, and then you play around with it. There may be 2 or 3 keys that really work. And then you lay out the song. You get a piece of sheet music, a blank sheet music paper, and you do it by hand. I know a lot of you use finale and Sibelius and all that stuff, MuseScore. Do it by hand so you can really get used to the form of the song. How many bars are in the A section? How many bars are in all of the different sections? And really get a visceral relationship with the music when you are doing it by hand. And then you could transfer it to something. You want to write out your melody in your lead sheet that you're going to give to musicians, and your chords. And I would also, if I don't do all of the text, I would do like little clues about the text at different places, so the person accompanying you can help you. Let's see what I'm going to do. I hope that answered your question. What should I do now? I'm going to do no images. It was something that I did on a record that I actually had accompanied with Antonio Hart. Can you see my fingers now?
Yeah, I saw your hand when you were speaking. But
okay.
I think it's good enough.
Okay, very good. So then I'll know that when I'm about to play this next song. She made me move it all around. I'm going to do No Images. It's a Nina Simone music put to a poem by Warren Cuny, a poet from the Harlem Renaissance. And I always have loved this piece. She does not know her beauty. She thinks her brown body has no glory. If she could dance naked under palm trees and see her image in the river, she would know. Yes, she would know. But there are no palm trees in the street. No palm trees in the street. And dishwater gives back no images. She thinks her brown body has no glory. If she could dance naked under palm trees and see her image in the river, she would know. Yes, she would know. But there are no palm trees in the street. No palm trees in the street. And the dishwater gives back no image. Oh. You know, it took me a long time to get over seeing the images that we've been seeing today on social media. All the things that we see that we can't unsee are part of our psyche and DNA now. And so in order to move your mind away from the trauma, I encourage you to use your voice. If you don't sing, you can hum. No matter, don't worry about how it sounds to anyone else. You know, it's that song. Sing, da, 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 da. Sing a song. Sing out loud. Sing out strong. Sing of good things, not bad. Sing of happy, not sad. You gotta sing with me. Sing, sing a song. Make it simple to last your whole life long. Don't worry if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing, sing a song. So I sing that song that I learned from watching Sesame Street from a long time ago, because it suits me, and so do all the hymns that I learned in church. And so just hum and use your voice to sing. If you're not singing, then write, but use your voice, because all of that, all of those emotions and feelings can block us in a place where we cannot get to our expression, where we can't feel our full selves. And when we are not our full selves, we are in pain, and we live through that pain in the way that we talk to people, and the way our bodies can function and digest, the way we can or can't sleep. So don't hold it in. Write. Get a journal, write it out. Get with your family, get with your friends, talk it out. But you have to express it. That's the only way you can change what you have seen. And then you can use those memories that are dark and hurtful and painful to be in action. So we have to stay in action until that really important day, November 3rd. Yeah? Okay. So now I'm going to do a song. This is by one of my mentors, and he worked with me. Stanley Cowell is the musician I love dearly, and he worked with me on my Precipice album. It was Stanley Cowell and Taurus Matina and the Sheepweights with just trio, and we did this song. This is Equipoise. It's a Stanley Cowell composition. I also do a Stanley Cowell composition on my new record, For the Love of Big Band, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
Patricia Murray says, "Too bad you can't hear us clap."
Aw, so sweet. Thank you, Patricia. Okay, here we go with equipoise. I love this song. Defining the... Oh, did I mess that up? I did. I'm going to start over. Okay, here we go. Defining the crimson of the sky, the moon floats on the sea. It cools the burning sun to shine on you and me. It knows the secret of resting in equipoise within us, a place we've always been, somewhere hard to find, and you can look within and trouble of your mind. Just close the secret and resting in equipoise. From then until now, and now until then, the story will never change. From then until now, and now until then, the story will never change. Deciding to make our edges meet, we strive to be complete. The struggle seems to win, and soon begins again. It takes a lifetime of searching in equipoise, from then until now, and now until then, the story will never change. Sending prayers to Stanley. Okay, so let's see. Wow, this time is moving fast. I better get to the things that I'm going to do without me playing, so that, you can hear me do those things. So we're going to do a little bit of moving around. I'm going to use my microphone, and I'm going to do some songs that are on the last record before this current one. I'm going to do Tears Are a River. I got to get the music here. And I'm going to be singing to an instrumental track that has Ryan Hansler on piano And I'm going to get my words in case I have a junior moment and have a brain fart. And tell me if I'm in the right place where I should be. And I'm going to get a drink of water. But I'm going to do Tears Are River first. And let's see. Do you see me holding this paper?
I see your hand. I can tell you're holding something, but I can't see the paper.
Oh, good, because then you can't see me like reading the words. Tears Are River. Then I'm going to do Beauty, a song about my grandmother. And then I'm going to end with John Coltrane, Dear Lord. So on the track that you're going to hear, the first two songs will be Ryan Hansler on piano, Lance E. Scott Jr. on bass, and Larry Q. Drawn Jr. on drums. And they were the musicians on the record, I Love Myself When I'm Laughing. And some people wanted to know, where did I get the title of that record? And I got the title of I Love Myself When I'm Laughing, and even then again when I'm looking mean and impressive, from Zora Neale Hurston. She had photographs that were done by, I think Van Echten was the photographer, the Harlem Renaissance photographer, and he sent her the photographs and asked her how did she like the photographs. And she wrote him back a note, and she said in the note, I love myself when I'm laughing, but then again when I'm looking mean and impressive. And I thought, I'm going to take her little note and I'm going to make it a song title. And I think someone even used that title and made a play. I love my hair, blah, 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 blah. But that came from Zora Neale Hurston. So without further, now I got to do a couple of other things. I got to get the music from my phone. Here's my phone. And I'm going to get a drink of water because this goes fast. And where did I put my water? I thought I had it right there. You see it for me? Thank you so much. Thank you, darling. Appreciate you. I had to take this big gulp of water. Okay. That's what would happen on stage. If you were at a concert, all of this happens. It's not like just smooth and easy, right? Tess said, we missed sound checks. Well, we had a sound check. We had to do all this setting up, and yeah, I should grab the people. Okay, here we are. That's this song. So you can buy my music at lenorahelm.com or Zen-ZAAAAY-Music.com. You can go there, and you can go to, all the places you go to stream and download.
And there's a tip jar.
And there's a tip jar. I'm supposed to say that. I forgot about that. Okay, let's see if all this works. I might have to start this twice. Oh yeah, I've got to start it over. There we go. So this is my own composition. I can fly through the sorrow, leave the pain for tomorrow, never touch the ground. If you see me, I'm coming, leave a trail, dust, I'm off and running, can't be found. As I soar, understand that I just must see the world in my eyes. Yes, you think you see a scared little girl. Well, maybe I'll cry, 'cause tears are a river that take me someplace. Am I not quite a woman if I cuss, swear, and tell you what I will not take? See, I've learned if it's you or me, there's no price for suffering, must state my case. Deep inside, I've been living for years with no consequence. And now there's every evidence. Well, maybe I'll cry, 'cause tears tears are a river that takes us some place. This is Ryan Hansford. I can fly through the sorrow, leave the pain for tomorrow, never touch the ground. If you see me, I'm coming, leave a trail, dust I'm off and running, can't be found. As I soar, understand that I just want to see the world. In my eyes, yes, you think you see a scared little girl. But maybe I'll cry, 'cause tears are a river that takes us in place. Am I not quite a woman if I cuss, swear, and tell you what I will not take? See, I've learned if it's you or me, there's no prize for suffering. Must state my case. As I soar, understand that I just must see the world. And my eyes, yes, you think you see your scared little girl. Well, maybe I'll cry, 'cause tears are a river that take you someplace. Well, maybe I'll cry, 'cause tears are a river that take you someplace. Well, maybe I'll cry, 'cause tears are a river that take you someplace. So that was that one. Thank you. That title came from a Zora Neale Hurston story. I told you I was a bookworm, and I get a lot of ideas from things in the story. And in Their Eyes Were Watching God, she says that line when Janie Crawford, they're watching the storm come through, and they can't do anything. They just have to watch the storm, and they just have to get through it. They have to get all of the things that are happening around them, and they cry, and she says, it's okay to cry, because tears are a river that take you someplace. I loved that. I thought that was a really powerful word. So I hope you enjoyed that, and that's next is Beauty. And Tears, this song and the song I'm about to sing, are part of a set of songs. There were 13 songs I did for Chamber Music America way back for a new JazzWorks grant. And I did it was like a whole suite of songs about Journey Woman, a woman who goes through her life and goes through a lot of different things. And she metamorphoses from, and it starts at death and goes back to birth, like backwards. And so Beauty, this song is, if you know, we all know a woman in our lives who, we all know a woman in our lives who's amazing and who has mentored us or has birthed us, our grandmother, our mother, a sister, a friend, a lover, a wife, teacher, friend who has impacted our lives. And Beauty is about my grandmother, Helen. She had a long name, Laura, Helen, Amelia, and then her maiden name is Ellis, and then she got married 3 times, child. So let's see if I can remember the husband's names. Brooks, Grain, Falk. And she was pretty powerful. She before she died, she was the longest living licensed cosmetologist in the state of Illinois. She had a beauty school on the south side of Chicago on 39th and Federal, near all of those Robert Taylor projects, Ickes, you know, Ida B. Wells projects. And so she was in the midst of the city, you know. And for 40 years she had a beauty shop, and this beauty shop helped raise generations of barbers and beauticians. And she was on Rosie O'Donnell once. Rosie O'Donnell interviewed her because she was just a powerhouse. But anyway, this is about my grandma. So it's called Beauty. I'm gonna use my over here. Yeah, I'm glad. Are y'all still hanging in there? Do we still have anybody with us?
Mm-hmm.
We do? Thank you for staying. Okay, this is gonna be Beauty. Ebony queen with a smile, sultry, soft, and serene, a voice that lingers in the air, soulful song of the angels fair, hides the steely fire of death. You wonder just how well she knew your every thought, word and deed, with cunning of wolf, holding love in her beauty, wisdom and grace intertwined. She is beauty sublime, a voice that lingers in the air, joyous song of the angels fair, hides the steely fire of death. As death awaits, she lives anew. She's welcoming all to her side, with laying of hands, holding love, forgiveness, and a beauty. She lives anew, leaving all to her side. Lay her hands, holding love, forgiveness, and beauty, wisdom and grace and nuance need desire. As death awaits, she lives anew. She's blessing all come to her side. With laying of hands, holding love, forgiveness, and beauty. Ebony queen with a smile, sultry, soft, and serene. A voice that lingers in the air, joyous song of the angels fair, hides the steely fire of death. Thank you, Ryan and Q and Lance. Okay, so.
Cecile Norman says, sounds awesome.
Oh, that's my cousin. Hey, cuz. Thank you for coming to visit me. Oh, not that again. Okay, so we're at the last little bit. Any questions I need to ask her before I do this song? No? Okay. So I'm glad that you all joined us. I really thank you and appreciate you for coming to share this time with me. It really means a lot. It was my very first time doing a concert playing piano ever for anybody. Oh my God, so please forgive all the little mistakes, but I was trying to sing from my heart. Thank you, Tess, for inviting me to participate. I really appreciated the opportunity to share music. It's kind of the middle of the day for people, so I'm happy for any of you who were able to stop by. I appreciate it. Stop sucking your teeth. I can hear my husband saying that. It's like a little nervous habit. What do I want to share with you? So what do I want to tell them? I could tell them all kinds of things, right?
Yes.
I have the Vocal Jazz Summer Camp coming up, vocaljazz.summercamp.com. Go on my Facebook page, there's all kinds of stuff. I'm always talking on there. I should shut up sometimes. Thank you to my husband Fred for making a lot of the things that you see here possible for me to do. Thank you for Jay, the student extraordinaire, but now he's graduated, so he's like watching him in the world. You saw his concert a couple of weeks ago. Is it on your Facebook page too?
It will be, yeah. Yeah,
it will be.
Yes, it's on YouTube as well.
And you can stop sucking your teeth. It's so funny. I know I've traveled and performed all over the world, and like in my living room, like with this little thing, I'm like nervous. It's so funny. But I'll think about the waffles and chicken I'm going to get later, and that'll like make me get through this next song. What else do I want to share with you?
Do you have a book recommendation by a Black female author that you would recommend since you're talking about?
Yes, a woman author, a recommendation. Woman, say woman and not female, because female is an adjective, like a female instrumentalist, a female bird, but a woman is a human being. Woman, a woman author. There's so many. I love J. California Cooper, and I love, of course, Alice Walker, Toni Morrison. A recent book, you know, there's a poem, a set of poems from our North Carolina poet laureate, and Jackie Shelton Green. Shout out to you. She asked me, and I was so honored to write a little review for her. Amazing collection of poems. Please go and find it. It's called The River. I have to find oh, I'm going to say the wrong name, and I don't want to say the wrong name on like something that's recorded. So I'm going to find it while we, on our last couple of minutes. Oh, I better hurry up because the song will like, I better go. I'll put it in the notes. Jackie Shelton Green, The River is Thirst, something like that. Okay, I better go because we have 3 minutes. Oh man, I was talking too much. Time for the song. This is Dear Lord, a conversation with God. I wrote the words. This is Maurice Myers singing with me. Oh, Father, dear Lord, I pray to you. There's something I must ask of you. I've been thinking about. Please hear me, I need you. And I heard once that you know what I need before I do. Just tell me, why do I have to face this heartache and struggle? Surely you have all the answers. So tell me just what I should do about it, and I will tell you all my needs and my burdens and all of my problems, and then I can rest. And the Lord smiled and said, my dear beloved, why don't you sit down? Can you tell me again what is missing from this life I've given you so carefully planned with love? I've given you sun, trees, and the earth, the Grand Canyon, that one was nice, and all power over everything in the sky and the ground, and the spark from everything that I can see and can hear and can gather. You haven't scratched the surface of your true potential. So I lovingly suggest to you that you go back and try again, and I'll grant you peace and protection. I did that too, but you didn't understand. Blague que se va, bless your boy, your papa. What day, your Oh, my Father, I see your heart is so very ungrateful. I've been needy and blaming, complaining all of the time. And all I need to do It's just you, it's just you, my heart. You have given me dominion and all power to have everything I desire and the ability to be a blessing each to any and every single one. To be the fruit of the Spirit, your vessel, giving all myself to thee in true humility and compassion, and be able to manifest the same you did for me to all mankind. I want you to know I love you, dear Lord.
Thank you for understanding and listening and granting me your grace. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Bye.